Hey guys, Anthony here, Empire Music, empiremusic.com, and today showing you fresh arrival in the shop. We're one of the first in the countries to get these. We're pretty excited for them too. So the Fender American Professional 2 Precision Bass in the 5-string version. So we got this extra low B string there for some more low end when you want it. This lineup's just been fantastic for us all year. I think it's been fantastic for everyone, and they're really, really nice instruments. You know, kind of the newest addition to the Fender lineup, and it takes the place of the American Pro 1s. I always consider that series, dating all the way back to the American standards, you know, kind of their, like the flagship of the American lineup. It's a no-frills approach to a precision bass or a jazz bass or any instrument in the line. Some really nice updates on it this time around. So typical specs on the American Pro 2s, starting down at the bottom, you have a vintage high mass bridge, and then your V-Mod 2 pickup. So the V-Mod 2 pickup, so these pickups are specific to this series, are very, very even across the board. There's different amounts of alnico in, varying in the poles and in the wiring that kind of give it a very even response. We noticed that right out of the box, whether it was a Jazz Master or a Jazz Bass. Typical P-bass control layout with volume and tone. Maple neck, awesome on a P-bass. My favorite configuration with a P is a maple neck with a maple board on it. The supernatural satin finish on the back of the neck. Rounded fretboard edges, nice high-end touch to it. Lightweight tuners. This one's really light for a 5-string, because with that little bit extra mass we get from it, this is very well balanced too. Contoured neck heel, that's part of the American Pro 2 lineup and across the board. Neck profile though. So what I noticed with this was, this has a 63C profile on the back, as opposed to the Jazz Bass, which has a slim C on it. I think a 63C, when I'm referencing it to a 4-string, is one of the most comfortable neck profiles of all time. It's just chunky enough. It's also thin enough. It kind of gives everyone something that they want. When we start to spread that out over a 5-string though, with that extra width, you know, to accommodate the extra string, it tends to kind of flatten out a little bit more on the back. At least it feels that way to me. Maybe I'm just perceiving it a certain way. And if you know me, I'm totally not. I mean, I like to know the specs obviously, but I'm not a spec guy when it comes to playing. I like to pick up an instrument and just feel it. And does it respond well? How's it feel? This actually feels really, really thin to me. Just kind of at first take here. It feels great. This is a lot of fun to play. I'm not typically a 5-string player, but this could convince me otherwise, maybe, to get one back in my arsenal. So when I was playing at the beginning there, it was just wide open. And like I always say with a P-bass, or at least with a good P-bass, is it responsive? That's like the first question that I ask when I'm playing a P. Is it responsive to where I'm attacking and how I'm attacking? And this certainly is no exception to that. So when I was playing, let's say, at the front there was just everything wide open volume, wide open tone, trying to attack kind of right over the pickup. I'm gonna leave that configuration there, or that setup, so everything wide open. And I'm just gonna move my hand, and I'm gonna pick up a pick, unfortunately for you, that I'm gonna play with a pick here, and I'll kind of do all of that stuff in one fell swoop here to kind of give you the array of tones we can pull out. So you can just watch my hand and see how dynamic it changes from playing over the neck, playing back by the bridge, over the pickup. So check it out. So essentially between fingerstyle and pick, there's 6 different tones out of it. I'm gonna roll the tone back to about halfway. Let me hear what that sounds like. Probably where I would play it, honestly, if this was my bass and I was like, you know, on a gig or on a session, roll some of that high end off. So I'll kind of do the same thing, give you an example of kind of where we play and how dynamic an instrument like this can be. Man, I really liked the way that pick sounded back at the bridge. Real throaty, a lot of cut. Not typically where I would approach it with a pick, but you know, I mean, I might need to start adding that into the sounds a little bit more. So, great instrument. Keep in mind, when you buy any instrument from us, whether it's a bass or guitar, whether it's 200 or 2,000 or above, so we have more expensive than that, we do a pro setup on everything that leaves the shop. So whether you're in the store or we're shipping to you, we want to get you an instrument that plays as good as it can. A lot of cool stuff coming on this year for Empire Music, no doubt about it. You can call me here at the shop, 412-343-5299. You can email me directly. It's anthony@empiremusic.com. And I really, really appreciate everyone that has done that. In the past month, 2 months, 6 months, I've talked to so many people that have called, seen our videos. A lot of those people have bought instruments from us. We really, really appreciate that support that you've given us through 2020. And I appreciate just answering any bass questions, you know, bass related questions. Sometimes people don't even buy something, but it's just a pleasure to talk to them. So hit me up here at the shop. Anything you need, we're here. Thanks, guys.